Bitcoin just dropped to $60,000, guys, and currently is seeing a bounce from the most important support zone. We had said that Bitcoin is, if it was to go up or bounce from here, it has to do it from 62 to 67k. Will I be long in the zone? Will I be spot buying Bitcoin? Is an expected maybe resistance area hit and a short to be taken from this current bounce? And where exactly will be the bottom? And do I like the wick and the bottom or not? I'm going to be talking about every single thing. And also, just because I haven't yet done my daily routine in trading, I'll be doing it live, checking out new daily levels, new areas of MPUCs, and potentially ideation and looking for shorts or trades together, because as you can see, Bitcoin has seen a drop. Like, we continue dropping. Yesterday we had went live later. I've been in the day, so I think we went live at 8 or 9 p.m. and we tested or tried to long and failed to long Bitcoin at 67k. And then once we had seen Bitcoin lose 67k, I told you guys I'm going to be waiting for a drop or a reclaim of 67, and a drop did actually happen. We actually got a drop on Bitcoin from 67. We left it alone. We stopped trying to actually fight against it, and then we had seen the drop happen all the way lower to almost. I say almost because technically it has hit on my Bybit chart. It did hit actually 59.7 or 8. Let me just double check by using the magnet. So we hit 59.815.4. However, on Coinbase, it didn't quite hit the full $60,000, as you can see. And as I told you guys, and I've told you hopefully. Now, whenever I see the wick getting put on an important wick as a bottom or a top, I look at whether we have hit a full $1,000 number, let alone a $10,000. So it's obviously more important to breach a full thousand or full 10,000 than a full thousand. So this is currently a local low. I'd say that with some good potential probability of going back to it. I'm not going to say, though, I'm expecting lower as if I'm going to be randomly shorten. I just want to mention in terms of stats, we did actually put the low at the daily open on Friday. So that was literally an inflection point once the daily candle closed, and then we opened Friday's daily candle, as you can see. And that was technically the low. So we put the low and started pumping from the daily open, as you can see, literally at 60k, just to be precise. Let me just double check by using the most magnet that I can. Yeah, exactly $60,000. So to be honest, based on what I've told you guys or what I've shared previously, this is technically a poor low that I'm expecting to be reached and breached hopefully in the next couple of hours or even days. Like, I cannot tell you if it's going to be hit today or tomorrow or after tomorrow. Maybe we can have this as a local good bottom, and then we get Friday to maybe consolidate and pump a little bit. We get the weekend to be a bit boring, and then later on Monday opens, fakes out the high, and then drops lower. So I'm not saying that you should be shorting or getting fearful of maybe trying to long. I'm only saying that technically we should be mentally prepared for this drop to be for this bottom to be hit, a drop to come, and possibly reach and breach this zone for a potential long if we fake out this low. Yeah, or maybe even hit like 57, 58, and then do something like that. So I'm just looking at this as a potential long opportunity rather than something that would make me short randomly the top. So hopefully, guys, you got the point. Let me read the comments because obviously I'm starting a bit slower, not doing the usual introduction. I'm going to be reading them and then hopefully just start doing the usual TA and maybe look for setups for today. Obviously, we are getting a bump, and you know me, guys, at this pump or at this price action, I'll either wait for a retracement for a long or a move upwards for a short, obviously. So we got Renata the legend, first commenter. We got how you doing does YLIB, I guess. Gun broker said lower, nobody knows. Joao said hello, I'm long at or from 63. That is amazing. How's your bags today? Hopefully something good. Crazy title it is, but to be honest, the title is just something that I choose that fits well. It's not like totally out of the picture. I don't go and see Bitcoin at all-time highs and do something like that. I'm merely just doing this. I even forgot what the title was. Let me see. Bitcoin crashing to 50k. Yeah, or maybe I should have added a question mark, but I only did that because it is technically, statistically, could be going back to 59.9 or breaching 60k. So technically, I haven't quite lied. And it's also just a title, by the way. The RSI shows the bottom at 63. RSI is a useless indicator. If you want to make it in life and become a profitable trader, just delete every indicator you've got. Good morning, CryptoNet. We got Ayash. Alaikum salam. How are you, brother? Just recently started following you. I appreciate the knowledge that you share with us. Thank you, brother, and thanks for following me. And I'm quite, I'm always happy whenever I get such comments. So thank you. We got Wise Choice, Vikrant, the legend, back again. Let's make the lost money back. That's the hope, I guess. I longed 70k.5. Is it reclaimed to that price, guys? If you open the long without a reason and you held it all the way lower to 59, you're gambling. So I don't know. We can go back to your entry, but that doesn't mean anything, to be honest. So please, guys, avoid gambling, I guess. Hold on a second. Smash that like button. Let's get 50 likes. Thank you. Wise Choice. We jumped the 1 hour at night. I didn't pay attention. That is fair enough. That is fine, to be honest. Took a long. That's good. We got Tom Brav. Hold on a second. I'm just trying to read them very quickly. All right, we got Mitwalli, the legend. We got Kiropi, Hamad, Bit Rowden. How you doing, brother? Matt, sorry. All right, Yantabra. Thank you, Yantabra. Yes, sir. I think there's a short at 67k. I'll be definitely taking a look at it. Trying to trade yesterday was like playing a hopscotch across a motorway was drunk. Kind of, yeah, to be honest. So, I mean, we tried it once, failed at it, and then left it at home. So, hey, how you doing, Jaden? We got Action Tourist. We're really looking forward to this live. Thank you, brother. So, let's get right into it now that we're done with the good first portion of the comments. Let's see what Bitcoin has for us. Now, first of all, I'm just going to be doing a very quick adjustment, which is just calling it a point of control. Yeah, that is something that is super minor. I'd also want to see, I don't have a daily level. Let me check what EXO has been showing. Let me see if it is working. Yes, it's thankfully working. Right. So we do have an MPUC at or border or close to the 70k zone. Right. So 69 point. Hold on a second. 69,962, right? So let me just do it manually. I don't want to 69,962. So we do this and then we do that and then 69,962. Yep. So that is the NPUC. And then we go on the lower time frame. So I think 70k being an obvious potential short is always the lowest hanging fruit, I guess, which is like us having the anchored VWAP that literally pushed price lower, not allowed it to actually go and pump like from this zone, also this zone. And also I'm liking the fact that it's actually in confluence or at confluence with the MPOC plus, like without even lines, like without even having those reasons. 70k is an important zone by itself as a psychological number. Plus, if someone had shorted, that's the idea, the whole idea of liquidity. If someone had shorted, they probably got their stop losses above 70k. So maybe 67 could offer us a short. I'll be looking at it, but I'd still love for a much higher move upwards. That would be an easier short or an easier point to either get a short from or see it get reclaimed and then avoid shorten until we go up higher. Like, you have to bear in mind, guys, that even if, like, forget about Bitcoin being bearish, even if Bitcoin can technically and is technically bearish, and I said that the candles and this low is bad to a point where we can keep that in mind. Like, even maybe after a week or so, we can go back and get back to 59k. That is something to keep at the back of your mind, not necessarily to stop you from longing or doing something different. Why? Because we've literally explained, guys, that whatever goes down quickly can go as quickly to the upside. Now, it seems obvious, but trust me, it is easier said than done, because obviously you have to be prepared for this. Like, it's not a V-shaped recovery in essence or in exact in its meaning, but I'm just saying that Bitcoin will not recover, but just mainly fill up the inefficiency that it has made when it was dropping. So it dropped a little very quickly. Yeah, so we can go up to the beginning of this quick drop and then continue dropping. So that is my point that I'm trying to make. And also we got a setup that doesn't occur that much, which is like us opening below the daily, we opened the daily, right? So we opened the price below the previous value area low. So the idea goes, I guess, that if Bitcoin manages to reclaim, let me say 67, just to make it easier. If Bitcoin reclaims 67, we can have an easy pump to 73, right? So even though we have a potential short at 70k, if 67 is reclaimed, a pump to 73 is expected. All right, so you can maybe note that down, have it in your journal, in your sheet, whatever, just to remember those stuff. Because let me just quickly let me mark this. So yeah, so 73. Yep. So what I just said here, let me just do some deleting, I guess, or cleaning. Let me make it in yellow. I think yellow looks better. Yeah. Yeah. So the point here is that it may sound confusing. To be honest, it could be confusing. Also, by the way, the high of the day is this one, and we got the NY in 2 hours, so we still got more time till market open. Yep. So I'll probably be looking for longs. I'd say like, especially if Bitcoin like drops, maybe longs would works. All right. So let me look for long before I say something. Yeah. So all right. So 67 is important, but contextually on the lower time frame, I'm not going to be focusing on it that much, to be honest. I'd say that 70k is much more important, and 73k is also much more important. So if 67 is reclaimed, we can go to 73, but obviously we can look to short 70k is if a rejection happens. Yeah, I know it may sound a bit confusing, but that is the reality of trading, I guess. Yeah. So if you're trying to make money, just note that down. Understand that if 67 is reclaimed, 73 is possible. So the plan here, the ideal scenario, you guys, by the way, you guys are getting to actually watch me do my daily routine and like plan those ideas. So that's why I'm starting a bit slower today, because I wasn't able, or I didn't want to like get into the monitoring on Friday and do the stuff. So I just said I might as well do them in front of you. So the ideal situation here, or the ideal scenario here, is that you position yourself by looking to long. I'm going to be looking for a long with you, because if Bitcoin does reclaim 67, it may, only keyword is it could go to 73. So rather than having no longs and then trying to short 70, you'd want to have a long from lower. Once we go to 70, you're good for potentially trying a short to either lose it or not even trying at all, and then seeing Bitcoin just all of a sudden move from 70 skyrocket to 73. So if this happens, we don't want to be longing a breakout of 67, seeing Bitcoin break of 70 and not give us a short, but we want to hold a long from lower. So if you have a long, you don't need me to tell you to keep it open, please guys. But if you don't, which is similar to what my current situation is, then that is a fine place to be looking to long. Yep. So an obvious thing that the lowest also hanging fruit is just putting an anchored VWAP. I mean, also I like to do it visually. So yep. So I mean, those candles look pretty good. Let me see where the volume profile things are at. Also, let me see what Exo has been telling me here. So yeah, we got the daily VWAP. I mean, I'm liking the daily VWAP. Yep. Let me see, guys. Yep. Let me just see how that trade. Yep. Sorry, guys. Sorry for starting a bit slower, but you get to see me not talk a lot, but do a lot, I guess. Yeah. So the daily VWAP is at 66 or 63.6. Yeah. I can pull it up on TradingView, by the way, guys. I don't usually use it that much, but it is nicely in confluence with the other VWAP. Why? Let me quickly tell you guys. Why is the anchored VWAP? Let me see who knows. Like, I want to see out of interest who knows why is the VWAP indicator currently in today's day, or current day of time, is very close or very similar to the anchored VWAP pulled from where I pulled it from. Let me see who knows this answer. Yep. So I'll be reading the comments while I wait for someone to answer. I was surprised how you gave your scalping strategy. Thank you, brother. No worries. I mean, by the way, that was, I mean, guys, I give everything away for free, and I literally do what I talk about. Guys, I share what I do for a living, and I share. I forgot the other word, but yeah, I film everything in front of you. I make money in front of you. So this scalping strategy was literally something that I was talking about on live. So those 2 videos I made, by the way, guys, I just started to actually make a nice playlist where we start clipping or making, depending on if I have time or not, making videos that are important. So now we have collected some nice base for someone to get started into actual trading. Bear in mind how nice it is to not, like, this is not relevant to Bitcoin at all. Like, you can literally copy this, do it on gold, do it on forex, do it on whatever you want to do it. Like, forget about being called Champs Crypto. Maybe that's maybe something bad on my end. I just focus on Bitcoin as a living in trading, but you can copy this and like do it in every single I mean asset or tradable asset, I guess. So we had made a beginner friendly video, highly produced, if I may add, and then a nice profitability risk management one, and finally the daily 5 minute scalping strategy, which requires 30 minutes only, I guess. So I mean, I like the title. So anyhow, so if you haven't checked them out yet, then you have to. Let me see if the answer is if someone has answered me. Hold on. My daughter got a long at 60K. That is amazing, to be honest. I was up till 1:30 a.m. to see how many bags did. Let's see if we have more up to go. That's nice. Uh, I longed 63.5 in Bitcoin and 1800 in ETH and 70 in Solana. Should I hold it or start booking profits? Hold until Bitcoin, like, don't think about closing any portion of the trades now, unless Bitcoin loses, I'd say 63.6 or 63.5. Yeah. Because your trades entries are amazing. Akhi, hope you have an amazing. Thank you, yes sir. If you place VWAP at the bottom of the last bear market, the daily VWAP is 57. Let me see where the last bear market, guys, it's very interesting. Let me see where you think the last bear market was. 57. All right, let me see where that is. Just quickly, let me go on Coinbase. It's a cleaner chart. Hold on a second. And I'm also enjoying the fact that you guys are enjoying me being slow and like literally being boring and talking about like or looking for trades myself today. Yeah. So let me get adjusted. So if you want to make money, guys, today, learn also while making money, then this is your lucky day, I guess. Hold on. So let me see. Let me see where the daily is. How we doing, Shilo? And I'm still waiting for an answer. Seems like nobody knows that answer, so I'm going to be giving away the answer of why the VWAP as an indicator is very close to the anchored VWAP today. But I'll be answering it. Just let me see where the low. Hold on. The daily low at 50 from 57. 57. 50, where is 57? 57 is here. I'm a bit confused. By the way, and also it's very interesting that you call this a bear market. I was literally ranting yesterday about how this is not a bear market, guys. Guys, a bear market is like 2 years of Bitcoin at bottoming out after a drop of like 50 to 80%. This is not a bear market. That's literally part of the explosion to all-time highs. That's the reality of it. Hold on, let me see. I think there are some people trying to answer. Hold on, let me read and I also use the low source for VWAP at the lows and a high source for a high. Fair enough. Hello from Miami. Are we going to long 50K? Not necessarily. If 50K does come, then I'll be interested, obviously, in trying to maybe spot buy. But as a long, if you're trying to trade it, I would be more interested in seeing a fake out of the low that was put yesterday. So not exactly 50K, but in or within the 50s, I guess. So below 59.8, faking it out and then getting a nice reaction off of it. Hold on, sorry, I'm getting more comments. I'm going to be mentioning a nice scalp trade for today as a long, but let me just keep reading the comments. Tough question, to be honest. I feel like I should know this by now, but it's not coming to me at the moment. Boss, maybe because the VWAP is lower time frame. No, don't worry. I'll be answering this question. Maybe that you can take note. 60K is the previous value area low. I wish I was awake to take it. Fair enough. Been a while since I joined the stream. I'm glad I stayed out of the market. I'm glad to see you back again. Hey champ, great stream. Thank you, Shogun. Habibi, do you have CoinFlare? I primarily or I fully trade on weeks. No, that's not the bear market. Fair enough. Near to session open. Trend is smooth. No. Near session open? Kind of. Okay, that's the closest answer. It's not exact answer, but close answer. I didn't say that's the bear market. You said the bottom of the bear market. Sorry. The bottom was 15. Okay, fair enough. Sorry for the misunderstanding, I guess. So they are close only now. I can't. I explain. All right, let me give you the answer, guys, before I keep reading the comments. All right. All right, so why is, like, just to give you an understanding of what the VWAP is. Okay, I told you guys, so for everybody, like, it's a totally unimportant, hold on a second, answer or fun fact. Why is the anchored VWAP pulled from the bottom very close to the indicator that's called a VWAP. Why? All right. Daily VWAP start. Exactly. So thank you, Robic. We got started. Yeah. But yeah, exactly. So Robic wins a trophy today. Why? Because the VWAP essentially, you can obviously edit the settings, but essentially the regular default settings to the not the anchor VWAP, sorry, the indicator VWAP, yeah, to the VWAP indicator resets at the daily open. So the reason why the anchored VWAP as a tool and the VWAP itself, so this one, look at how it resets at the bottom. So a quick answer, just to guys, you need to know this like as an essential, very beginner friendly answer. A VWAP is just an anchored VWAP that starts on the daily open of every day. That's it. So why are they too close to each other? Because coincidentally, the low of the day, yeah, is literally 5 minutes from the daily open. So that's why there's like almost like there maybe the difference is like $500 between them. Yeah, that's the answer for you. So, and maybe you can tell me, or some would say, what would I do with this? To be honest, it just adds confluence to the strength of this zone. That's it. Not that deep, to be honest. I wanted to know, guys, if you know the basics, I guess, because that's important. Like, I don't want you guys to immediately jump and start in learning maybe like the intricacies of using liquidity and order flow when you don't even know what the VWAP means. Yep. Let's hit 50. Thank you. Check Ethereum. I'll be looking at it nowhere, guys. Never catch the falling knife. Wait for Ahmed. Yeah, I'll be mentioning trades, by the way, guys. I think that maybe we can catch some nice long scalps today. Hold on. I'm just enjoying reading the comments. Bitcoin has already lost over 50%. We are in a bear market. Any pump is a retracement. I hate like set in stone statements. You always have to be open for something happening that you don't know, because you don't know what you don't know and you don't know the future. So yes, we are, guys, what does being in a bear market mean? Does it mean you're going to be selling now, or what exactly? Yeah. As traders, guys, I'm just opening the chart to look for trades. That's it. If you want to make money, you can watch me. I'm not going to be, yes, I'm not going to be entertaining. I do it sometimes, but it's mainly primarily focused on trading, guys. So Bitcoin trading at 50K is the same as, I mean, guys, whenever I'm trading, I'm loving, I like volatility. So like, I actually made more money in the past. Let me see where the all-time high was. So from October to now, I made more money that I would have made, or that I did make, when Bitcoin was ranging, I'd say from like the previous range, this one, yeah. So this range, when we had started pumping, and then we ranged for like almost like 140 days. So I literally made more money in this section, which is similar, the same time. Yeah. So half of the year I was making okay money. Bitcoin started to dump, I was making a lot of money. So as a trader, I couldn't care less. All I need is just Bitcoin to not be stuck moving within $1,000 range. For example, like if you guys remember what had happened close to the end of December, when Bitcoin was like very boringly with low volume, literally trading. Look at this, literally trading between, even after that, like from 86.6 to 89, I guess, or even lower. Low dead volume. I was literally live every single day for 14 days, if you remember that. And we were doing nothing, barely trading. And that was a bit tricky. Yeah, we caught some nice longs. We eventually caught a long that gave us a pump, but the point still stands. Like as a trader, I made more money, not to flex, but as a genuine thing that you need to understand. I made more money specifically like with the drop of like 96K. So the past 2 weeks, I probably made more than when Bitcoin was pumping and making all-time highs. Just to give you a clear idea of what I need. Like I couldn't care less if Bitcoin is in a bear market or not. Just as a genuine answer. But now with that being said, I also want to mention potential long before I keep reading the comments. Hold on. So yes, we've covered that if 67 is reclaimed, we can potentially push higher to 73. You would tell me, what would I do with this information? Just avoid shorten. If 67 is reclaimed, entertain a potential short at 70K, a faker of 70K, but also understand that if 70K does not give you a nice short rejection, wait for 73. Absolutely don't be longing the breakout. So I didn't mention this as a long trade, so don't be longing. If you see Bitcoin reclaim 67, don't be long in, but wait for 70 for potential short, or watch it pump to 73 without doing nothing. Yeah. So as I told you, preferably just because we want, or we may expect Bitcoin, if it ever today, if it reclaims 67, we may be potentially ready for a move to 73, rather than be put in a situation where we long a top or we long a breakout. We don't do that here, guys. I want to be looking to long a retracement, so that if we ever happen to pump to 67 and reclaim it, we can make money if it wants to do this. So we want to position ourselves lower for longs, so if it pumps higher, be ready for making money without breaking or trading the breakout. Yeah, I will never ever allow you guys to be buying tops. Yeah, why is it a top? Because obviously before, if it starts to pump, it would look like this first. Like obviously we won't be knowing if it's going to be pumping or not. So if you wanna like be smart and hear Ahmed say if 67 is reclaimed, we can pump to 73, and you play it dangerously, or you play it wrong by buying once we like reclaim 67, you're essentially putting yourself at the risk of this being a fake out, and then you get stuck buying a top and it dumps. Yeah, so that's why I always tell you guys to please be careful and don't be long in any kind of statement that I give. Like, I'll be blunt and tell you when, or I'll be clear and concise whenever I'm going to be mentioning a setup. So till now, I haven't said, or I haven't suggested a long setup, except the one where it obviously sees Bitcoin lose and go back to 60k. I want to see a fake out of 60k and then a reclaim. That is my nice big swing long. Yeah, but that's too far away. Hopefully we only get it next week. If this doesn't happen today, I'd prefer to be looking for lower local time frame longs, and we were just building up an idea of where we potentially could be looking to long. Hold on a second. So obviously we had, I think, used the volume profile. Let me see. Not that interesting, to be honest. Yep. So let me just take it up or tone it down a notch. Let me see. Not that interesting, I guess. So I mean, technically this is nice, yeah. So yeah, I'm just trying whatever like I can see as an added confluence. Yeah, not the biggest high volume area. Yeah, I'm just primarily trying to see where can I see as some confidence for longs if we go lower. Yep. So we can see structure being built on 64. Full numbers are always good. You rarely see me use the Fibonacci golden pocket, so that tells you something. But let me just see it, or say what percentage is this. So hold on a second. I think the 50% would be nice here. 382, not that bad. Okay, maybe I have the 50% here. So yes. So if the price wants to push higher, I'd say yes. So VWAP. Let me see where the VWAP is. Obviously it's going to be moving upwards, like with time it's going to be close or getting close to the price. So it's not a static thing, so that's why you have to like have it yourself. So I guess the zone here will be, I know it's like too far away, but I have to mention it as a real zone. It's going to be this one. I'd prefer Bitcoin if I want a long. I'd at least want it to actually go back below these lows with like 64.3, do this. I mean, the lower the better, because that would take out more liquidity and then does this. So if this is the perfect scenario, but even not this, even if just slightly goes to 64.5, 64k, this could be a valid long. So that is like within the margin of error, I guess. Yep. And then hopefully once we catch a long here, stop loss below the wick or whatever the wick will be at, and then hopefully have 67 and then 60 and 70, and like seeing how nice it is to maybe not long the bottom but ride the wave. Like it is essentially like, if you, that's the point I'm trying to do there, or trying to actually get across. Like you're essentially buying the bottom, buying the bottom, or trading with the at the bottom, but with a smart idea. So I don't want you guys to be randomly longing if you start seeing Bitcoin pumping. You go on a lower time frame, you wait for a dump. I mean, this dump looks like you're buying a top, sorry. So you see how like on the daily time frame or 1 hourly time frame, you're buying at the top, yeah? Or a top. But once you go lower, you're actually buying a dump. So that's my point that I'm trying to actually mention. So that's the game plan here. This is a setup. That's a setup. See how nice it is to be a trader, guys? I don't care what Bitcoin is going to be doing next, by the way. This is a setup. I mean, hopefully we get it next week, not now. Yeah. So we have a poor low. We go and like liquidate shorters and then go lower if we want to continue lower. We have a potential short at 70K if it happens. So by the way, guys, I don't want to mention the targets or the TPs are yet to be decided. Once I enter them, you know me, guys, I try to keep the winners for long, so I cannot tell you where I'm going to be closing these trades. These are just ideas to showcase the entries. Yep. And if 70K doesn't play out, 73 would be a zone of resistance, I guess, but not an area where I'm going to be shorting. You know what I mean? Sorry. Hopefully it's not that confusing. Hopefully it's entertaining. I know it's boring, but hopefully entertaining at the same time. So let me just wait for the order flow. Yes, like guys, we don't have much volume to stop us from like retracing. Sorry. Once we reclaim 67, retracing all the way higher to 80K. So at least be mentally prepared. I don't want you guys to be confused and scared once we drop immediately, and the same exact thing happen once we do it in the same opposite direction. Yeah, or in the opposite direction. Sorry. So that's why I'm just saying that be prepared. If this happens, reclaim strength, go to 80. 80 is reclaimed, go to 88. Be prepared for that. Not tradable, maybe. So that's why I want you guys to be looking for longs lower, so that if we ever come to a point where we start finding strength, you don't want to be put in a situation where you buy a breakout. So you want to enjoy whatever random stupid pump happens, because I'm going to be questioning, as our brother here said, I'm going to be questioning and waiting for lower unless 88 is reclaimed. So 80K could be shortable. 88K could be shortable, if that's even a word. Yeah, so don't be overly happy. Just make money with the pump if you manage to catch a long from lower. So your plan has to be here today to catch a setup long. I mean, I've laid out the two that I'm looking for, so that if it was ever to come to a point where Bitcoin starts pumping to at least 80, which is like very, very possible within hours or seconds or minutes, yeah, then at least you'll be making money without being stuck trying to buy in a breakout. Yeah, because obviously, as a brother has said, I forgot the name, but yes, obviously Bitcoin is technically bearish. You don't want me to be telling you that. So that obviously even a pump to 80K, 88K does not change the market structure. Could be a lovely short, by the way, like 88K. I would love, the perfect scenario for me is we catch a long today and then see 67 not get lost, have an amazing week or 2 weeks long where everybody's like too bullish. We catch, or we be happy about the bottom long at 64, 65, and then we see Bitcoin go to 88. We hit the close zone of like, not the Fibonacci golden pocket, but a bit above it. So let me see what the percentage would be. Hold on a second. Yeah, so like almost go retracing 75% of the drop from 97K. And then here, everybody's euphoric, and we dump again and break out the weak poor, or the poor and weak low, and then drop more. Maybe we look for long here. I don't know, but that's the plan here. So I'm not saying that this would happen. I'm just saying that if Bitcoin wants to F up and like literally screw everybody, this would be a viable scenario. Yeah, because I know most beginners will get happy about a breakout to 88. Oh my god, Bitcoin is bottoming out. We expected this move. Oh my god, we got a breakout of a triangle and a hedge. Everybody will be, by the way, once Bitcoin gets to 88, every little beginner will start drawing their little nice trend lines and say that, oh my god, Bitcoin is breaking out of this nice trend line and it's going to be going to all-time high. So what would happen? Guess what? We catch the most amazing short, similar to the one we caught at 96K, yeah, and then we dump again. I'm not saying this would happen. Obviously, we can go to 88. Like a broken clock can be correct, or is correct twice a day. So obviously, if someone starts screaming, "Oh my god, breakout! Oh my god, breakout!" it can go and break out. But we don't want to be a participant in the breakout. So like hold the long from lower, enjoy trying at short at 88 and laugh at everybody if it dumps, and be happy about a long or about a pump if it pumps. Yeah, at least don't be screaming, oh my god, breakout at 88. Yeah, so that's thinking too far away, but I just want you guys to be prepared for whatever comes. Like now the plan is laid out in a way that even a pump, an astronomical pump to 88K, does not change the perspective of being bearish and waiting for lower. As been said, guys, obviously I'm expecting the low on Coinbase to be taken out, so that like obviously the higher we go, the stronger of a short we can get to go back to 60k. And we literally even laid out the current daily routine of catching shorts and longs. That could be quite possibly the best live we've ever done. I mean, we've done a lot, and that tells you something. But hold on a second. Every live I feel that it is the best live, to be honest. So I could be biased here. Anyhow, so that is the game plan here, guys. Nothing is confused. If you find yourself confused, please do ask me a question. If it is clear, then that's hopefully the goal, I guess. Yep. No shorts should be done. Let me put my alerts here, get myself a bit ready. Yeah, let me just shower Bitcoin with alerts. And by the way, before I get back to reading the comments, obviously, hold on a second, let me update the description. We got 3 more days left on the trading competition. So if someone wants to participate, win themselves a couple of hundred real dollars, as you can see here, USDT, this would be an option, because obviously the trading competition is individual, or not individual, but it is separate. So every single day is a competition by itself. So every single day, $600, $700 will be given away for the top 5 whenever, or top 5 traders in a day, as you can see. So if you want to participate, try to win for the $600, $700 every single day for the next 3 days. You can do so without being at a disadvantage, because obviously, as I told you guys, every 24 hours is separate and is individual. So, and obviously, guys, it is an affiliate link, so you get to support me if you want to trade where I trade at, which is weeks, as you can see here. No KYC, an easy transition, and an amazing feature on weeks, which is, by the way, guys, the ability to enter isolated, separated on the top right corner, which allows you to enter longs and shorts separate. Like, I can have a short from 96, a short from 106, a short from the all-time high, a long from a separate zone, and I can have them open all at the same time. So that's a lovely way, and you can trade gold on weeks, and it's no KYC, and you get to support me. That's it. Hold on, let me read the comments. I guess I've been talking for a while, so bear with me, guys. Salam, yesterday low was already an SFP at 60k. Do you think it's chance to repeat this? I think I've answered this question. So they both act as support. I think you're referring to the VWAP, yes. What will trigger you to start closing your shorts? That is an amazing question. I think I've answered that yesterday, but it's fine. It is reclaiming 88. So I have 3 shorts from 96, 106, and all-time high. So I'll be doing it gradually once I see strength in the market. So reclaiming 88 would make me close 96. Reclaiming 96 would make me close 106. Reclaiming 106 would make me close the all-time highs. See how, like, it's a gradual process of trying to be as greedy as possible with the shorts that were entered at an amazing price point. Yep. So thank you for that question. Hold on. Do you have a hodl bag? Yes, or simple just trade in and out? How much percentage of your portfolio? Thank you. So, guys, if you wanna, level up your financial life, stop calling it a hodl bag and a trading bag, guys. A hodl bag is just a beginner friendly of saying you have investments. So if you wanna level up yourself and treat it as a business, and that's hopefully a good advice that maybe someone can take. Are you trying, or are you actively trading? If yes, then that's a source of income. Forget about investing. Investing is a total different thing. So investing is something that everybody should be having. Like, don't be telling me I have a job, I trade on the side, I have 0 investments. Investments should be something that even a doctor has, and an engineer, and whatever like kind of job you have. Yeah. So obviously I do have a hodl bag, but I'd like to call it investments, which is primarily stocks and real estate and all of that, with Bitcoin being a good portion of it. Yeah. So yes, that is the answer for it. And the reason why, obviously I have a hodl bag is because it's it is something like everybody has to be having an investment bag, I guess. So no, I don't just trade, because trading is what makes me money. So it's my source of income, and the biggest, or not the only, but the biggest source of income. Yeah. So I use trading to live and to build an investment portfolio. as a trader, from a correction in a bear market, you can get some, or you can make some good money. Exactly. I had the right idea in mind, then while forgetting about the daily open being. Yeah, that's fair. Bear market is just when there's fear in the air. All pumps are sold out. Kind of, yeah. Vikrant, silly question. That's fine. But what does daily open mean? When you told about the VWAP. I mean, what opens at that time? See, I think it is it's London's time, if I'm not mistaken. So I mean, you just look up, go on the daily candle. You'll see which candle is going to be closing at what time. But I'm assuming it is London time because it's 4 hours from Dubai. Yeah, it is London time. So GMT zero, I guess, whatever that is called. Yeah. So that's the answer. Seeing guys, that just spam shorts a lot, just scalping, make money. Ahmed, thank you for keeping it real. You're one of a kind. Your transparency is rare and sets you apart. Thank you, Mila. Thank you for your nice comment. And yeah, before I forget, I'm just happy about posting those educational videos. So please don't mind me talking about them a lot because it's essentially a free trading course on my channel. Just go on my first page on my channel or look up the playlist. You'll find this one, which is like literally 3 videos: a trading strategy, risk management, and a beginner friendly video. So hold on, what about a fake out of 67? I wouldn't be necessarily looking at it, to be honest. It doesn't interest me. Hi Ahmed, I've been out of the picture, back following following you now. Thank you, peace. Thank you, Lifano. Why are you not convinced by the 59k bottom, even though it's below the 60k psychological number? Because it's not on Coinbase. It's not. I'm not convinced. I'm primarily seeing I'm seeing it as a stat, or potential move lower. Yeah. 48k to be exact. I'm not sure what that is. Reversal should be obvious, but I don't see it happening, and reverse should be fast. Thanks for the trading course, Ahmed. We'll check it out. Thank you, champ. I think we are headed down again. Maybe that is obviously a much likelier outcome, but we don't want to be thinking, or we don't want to be predicting or having guesses. I guess it doesn't pay us money to think where Bitcoin will be going next. I know that's a boring answer, but that's like, once you get, or you reach to this realization, and like trading becomes boring for you, hopefully you'll be able to extract money from it. Because as I told you guys, the plan here, or the game plan for myself, or I've been doing this, and hopefully guys, you get to realize that if you want to be taking trading seriously, don't be seeing it as something that you do in crypto, like a hodl bag and a trading bag. No, trading is a way of making money. That's it. Yeah. And then you have then the luxury, and also the possibility, and the option of also investing into crypto. So that's a total irrelevant point. Like, you can trade Bitcoin and not have Bitcoin be the highest portion of your investment, or even crypto in general, which is myself, or my case. The A wave has finished. Now wave B is forming. Short opportunity, fair enough. I don't trade Elliott waves, but it is fair. I mean, it does look nice. What do you invest in? What stocks do you like? Mainly ETFs. I don't know why it matters how much anyone has. Hey, bro, how much cash, cars? Lol, focus on yourself and less what and you'll have more. Exactly, yeah. And that is the main reason why I kind of hate the trading niche. I tried to stay away, or I try to stay out, as away as I can get or be from those kind of stuff. Not share my lifestyle, whatever that means. Just be truthful, and hopefully get prove myself by providing value and making guys make money, and get you guys educated. So hopefully you'll be also be making money by yourselves. So I mean, that is the nicest, strongest way of proving myself. If I want to prove myself, I don't have to, but that's the point here. And that's not the beauty of trading, but actually I mean, not the detriment, but that's the bad side of trading, because trading requires money to make money. So it's literally both the means and the end. So it is people, especially beginners, get easily tricked with people that are sharing their lifestyle and their money and how much they make. Why? Because the logic would be, and that's a valid logic. Oh, this guy has a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, and he will be offering me at $1,000 course. So obviously this guy knows what he's doing. Yeah. So they are correlating the means with the end, and that's tricky, because like in any other I'd say in any other field, an engineer, you know, he can't prove him like his abilities of engineering skills by telling you how much he has in his bank account, or what cars he drives. Yeah. But unfortunately, just because trading literally requires money to make money, you can easily get confused and scammed. Not literally scammed, but socially scammed, because someone will be flaunting and showing off with their cars, and that would get you to buy their courses, which would get to obviously fund their lifestyle, and it's a life cycle of the chicken, I guess. So that's a fair comment. Thank you for it. Give me a second here. Hold on. Ciao Champ, have you already entered the long position? No, I haven't. I'm waiting for a trigger at the opening of the US market. Fair enough. I haven't taken a trade too. So what do you think about Solana right now? To be honest, guys, if you haven't seen the videos I've been posting, maybe today I'll be posting the one what I'm hating on altcoin investing. Yeah, and that maybe will be posted today. So be on the lookout for an extra new video posted on the free trading course playlist. Yeah, because I've been saying, guys, that I started to dislike and hate investing into coins. I mean, they have proven themselves to be a failure of an investment. If Solana, one of the most established coins, maybe the most other than Ethereum as an altcoin, sorry, is at 75-80% or $80, sorry, which is like almost 75% from the all-time high, and let alone the 75%, because obviously someone could have bought lower. But the point here is that we are literally at less than the average price of the past 6 years. So you could have held at an average price of $80 and then wasted your money in inflation and potentially losses, because most of the guys would have bought at 175 or something. So I'd say the average buy-in of like a casual Solana buyer would be like above 100. So you are underwater now and wasted years of your time. So that's why I've started officially. I've even made like those little shorts. If you haven't watched them, don't invest into altcoins. The last short I posted on YouTube. So yeah, to be honest, if you wanna make money in Solana and whatever altcoin you wanna make money in, wait for Bitcoin to show strength, trade it for like a couple of weeks or days or even hours, and then leave. Like you can literally, like every single person, except those who obviously bought like Solana at 10 or 8 or whatever, every single person who held for more than 30, 40, 60 days, yeah, so I'd say held for more than 3-4 months in any kind of altcoin, has lost money, because they have ridden or they rode the way all the way lower. You can double check this with every single coin, by the way. Yeah, so sorry, I've said this a lot, but I need to say it for those that are new here. I'm only saying this because I've gotten burnt with coins literally dropping 95%. So once I understood this, I said, with all due respect, altcoins, let's make the most amount of money by trading a Bitcoin as a skill, and then invest into actual real assets, and I can make some nice plays here and there, hold for a week, hold for months. Like I literally bought Ethereum here, accumulated Ethereum at 1500, 1800. I 3x'd my money, sold at the all-time high, or close to the all-time high at $4,815, and I left. So that's my point, is like the maximum in the past 2 years, the maximum amount that I entered as an investment, or sorry, the period of time that I entered was only 140 days. Yeah, I stopped holding for years. You have to stop, guys. Not because I'm hating, but because look at like double check. I've gotten burnt with everything. Like even Dogecoin, it's at the lower boundary of almost a consolidation of 6 years or 5 years. Yeah, that's Dogecoin, the biggest ones. Like, but look at this. On the flip side, yeah, just some nice words of maybe encouragement. XRP, for example, pumped 18% or 22%. So that's enough. Leave. Like you can trade them. Be smart about it. You can literally not use futures. not invest into altcoins, but do spot trading, and then you can make 5 to 20 to 30 to 50%. My issue is for those who are entering and willing to DCA lower and treat it as an investment, that and they also anchor their expectations based on previous cycle all-time highs, which is literally impossible to get back to. Yeah, I mean, I always use Cardano as an example. Someone who entered, for example, at let me quickly show you. Let me delete my brushes. Someone who has entered or had entered quite smartly in June, because obviously June was an amazing time of where everything was pumping. If someone had entered in June, they wouldn't, or they would have not have been satisfied with hitting $1. They probably was anchoring the expectations not on 1.3, but on the all-time high, literally from 5 years ago. So that's what made them not sell at $1, and then made them literally hold the bag lower for a drop of 75%. So be smart about it. Like, hold altcoins for hours, minutes, maximum of 2-3 months. Yeah, be smart about it. You can. My issue is here that most of you guys, or beginners, not you guys, but like the percentage who are beginners and are trying to invest into little altcoins, which is every single thing. By the way, I call little altcoins, or I label all altcoins as little altcoins, just to not get you guys confused. So someone who could have bottomed or bought the bottom at 60 cent, or this bottom, yeah, would have not been okay with almost 70% of a pump. And that's my issue here. Like, what are you expecting? 5-10x? That's fake. Oh, those kind of stuff. Watch the best next 5-10x coins. This is the coin that we're going to be making. Guys, all right, so enough ranting. I mean, I rant every single day, by the way. Do you care for what Da Vinci says? I'll let you predict this. I'll let your imagination run. I lost 80k in my first year of trading altcoins, meme coins. Never again in my life. Yeah, same here. Yep. Exactly. No one should care who has how much, I guess. I longed 61.2. I mean, you're a legend, to be honest. You're even better than me, Erich. So thank you for this amazing entry. Not thank you, but I mean, I'm happy for you. Let me see what ETH has done. For example, like ETH just hit the monthly level. I didn't personally trade it, but if someone could have paid attention to this, yeah, saw Bitcoin actually like bought or hitting 60k, and tried their hands at long in ETH. I mean, it's easy. It looks easy in hindsight, but I'm only using it as an example to prove a point. Like, what's your issue with making 7%? That's like that tells you that there's a fundamental issue, yeah, in your maybe understanding of what trading and expectations are. Like, fundamentally, your expectations are flawed. So like, you're not okay with 7%, which is amazing. If you manage to trade for a year and you get 10%, you're the best. I challenge you. Unless you get 10% in sub, that's smart also. How much money did you lose before becoming a profitable trader? A lot. And guys, the only reason why I try not to mention those numbers or not, because it's a bit confusing for me, because as our brother also here, foreign euro, I guess, I've been a person who also invested into coins. So because I also back then I entered a trade, but then it was a gray zone of an investment and a trade. So it's hard for me to tell you exactly, but I can tell you that my bad mistakes have lost me over. Hold on, let me count the figures. I think it's 6 figures if I'm not mistaken in dollars. So that's my mistakes. Now, which portion was it in from like primarily mistakes in trading, and which portions were from trying altcoin investments? I couldn't exactly tell you, but I would assume that it's close to 50-50, I guess. So let me say it at 5 to 10 figures, not 10, 5 to 6 figures. Some people want to have normal, modest life without sharing with all the world. Exactly. And guys, I don't need your money, and I don't need to prove nothing to you. So that's why I try to prove myself, like not prove, but I'm trying to provide value by being with you every single day, and hopefully get you guys to not enjoy, but make money and get educated and get you guys closer to profitability. So I always tell you guys that obviously goal one of showing up every day is to make you money, like actual money with us giving trades. Second, or by us I mean me, Okay, it's a one-man show. Second thing is obviously, guys, to get you guys educated. So build a fundamental or a good fundamental base for you. And then obviously, last thing, if you literally fail at making money, fail at learning nothing, or at learning anything, and then at least you are entertained with watching. So I mean, I wouldn't recommend you watch a random person talk about something that you're not making money or trying to make money with for an hour or two. You're wasting your life. But if you have an hour to be entertained, that is fine. I guess it's like it's not totally bad. I also watch like some stuff that don't make me money. It's fine. But I'm just saying, like, goal one is to make you money, get you guys educated, and if I fail at those two, then at least someone is leaving with being a bit entertained, I guess. Yeah. So sorry for ranting on, but that's the point here. Like, I guess. Yeah. By the way, I final mention, I guess, before, because this live will be a bit shorter. If someone wants to support me, now obviously, as I told you guys, I have nothing to sell you, but you can make a week's account, and it is an affiliate link. And if you want to make one now, you get to also participate in the 3 competitions that are currently running, and I call them 3. It's essentially one, but 3 in 1. Every single day we got $600-700 real USDT. So if you want to make an account now, sign up with the first link. Obviously it is an affiliate link, but it is no KYC, so it's an easy transition. Plus, whoever signs up currently, like within the next 3 days, would get to participate in the trading competition. Now I also want to mention that for those who are going to make a week's account, once you make one, you need to make sure that you go to the second step, press on the competition link, which is like step 2, and then with you being logged in within the account that you made under me, you have to scroll lower and press this register now button. So that's basically it. Yeah. So this is essentially just pressing a button that way you're going to be counted as the 25th participants. I guess if you enter now. Yeah. If someone gets to 25, you'll be 26. Whoever. I mean, it's pretty easy, I guess. Yeah. And self-explanatory. So I think that's the point here. So I'm going to be setting an alert here, and also, yeah, I think I've said those. Yeah, so I think that's the game plan. Alerts are set, setups are made. Waiting, I guess, is the game for the next couple of hours. Have you explained, or sorry, how you explained the altcoin bag holders is on point to a T to my own experience, to be honest. I was up around 30-50%, some even like 90 on alts, but I didn't sell due to my expectation being tied to the previous all-time high. Didn't even buy any alts in hype. Exactly. And that is the reason why, let me tell you, the reason why, brother Action Tourist, you feel that I'm literally speaking as if I've experienced this is because I literally experienced this. Like, the reason why I feel relatable, if that's a word that maybe you guys would be like okay with, is because it's obviously and is essentially and actually and factually something that have gotten me burnt. So it's not a coincidence that I'm speaking about something that you've literally have experienced now, because that's what I've been doing. I've spent my good beginning of, I guess, teenage to manhood, I guess, or adulthood, losing money in altcoins. So I'm guys, I'm not better than you or something. I've literally became profitable in the past 3 years, and I've managed to turn my life around. Not to turn, I mean, I was okay, but I'm just saying, like, you're not totally like you haven't lost yet. I guess it's you lost the battle, not the war. What software are you using to have all the daily POCs? I know it's no software. It's me and my hands and my mind, I guess. So no softwares are used. Yeah. But I mean, I'm happy for you to at least call it a software. Most and many viewers are looking for the easy indicator. So a software is a good word, a good different word to use. But no, all those lines are made by me. And maybe you would say, okay, how are you getting to put these lines in? I would tell you that unfortunately I don't have a quick answer to give you, because it's essentially me explaining how I trade. So I'll invite you to be watching every single day. I go live every single day. This trading session and literally live trading is done every single day. And by every single day, I don't mean it figuratively. I mean it literally. How much time did it take for you to recover all your losses? That's also tricky because I've made some good investments in life. So, and yeah, so I'd say I don't want to make up a number out of my mind. Like, if you mean like literally starting become profitable and make up my losses, I'd say 6 months to a year with also investment appreciation. So not to be totally saying, oh, I made whatever I lost in trading back in 6 months or a year. But yes, it's essentially 3 months profitable for 3 years. First year was essentially just building back my numbers. 50K is the target. No, just it's a title, guys. He marks all the highs and lows, so it's that way it's easier to follow price action. Essentially yes, but not exactly. So not every single line is a high and low. Yeah, but it's part of it. And before I forget, as I told you guys, make sure that you're also joined in the free Telegram channel. I have nothing to sell you, but it's essentially an outlet for me to be, if you know what I mean, hopefully just giving away more content for free. And also, let me do it now. Let me do it manually. We don't got Wayne here today, so hold on. Follow me on Instagram, and then I do it myself, and then I type my handle. So my handle is Ahmed on. The reason why I'm just promoting it is because I try to post also stuff on it. So it's an interesting ride of trying to make content, I guess. So hold on. I just added whatever that's called by mistake. So let me just correct it, right? So yeah, so that's my hold on. I literally spammed it again by mistake with the incorrect one. So let me delete the incorrect handles, I guess. And that's deleted, and that is the alright. So just Ahmed on chart. It's me, my name on chart. Yeah, and the free Telegram channel. So I have nothing to tell you, but the only way of supporting me is your kind words, your time, and being with me in lives, and obviously an indirect way is the affiliate link if you want to only. Hold on. I also only started using volume and support resistance area and consolidation area. It works well. Solar, thanks. Patience is also part of it. Thank you, brother. I do the same. All pivots and key levels needs to be marked so that you can follow better. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like I'd say that everyone has their own chart and they have their own naming convention that they would only understand. Unless they go live and they spend hours together, then hopefully the viewers would also understand them. But before I had started making content, so essentially Champs Crypto Arabic is getting closer to 1,000 videos for 3-4 years. Champs Crypto English is getting to, we have hit 200 videos. So I've been doing it for a while. But if you've been a long time viewer of mine, at least for a month in the English channel, you are slowly, almost fully catching up on every single meaning of every single line. Not only because I use them in front of you, but obviously because almost daily I get asked about a certain thing and I almost daily repeat the same exact answers, so it's essentially drilled at the back of your mind. So I think we have reached the end of the lives, guys. Thank you guys for being amazing. Hopefully I'll be waiting for the alerts and then jumping in and entering trades with you. As a reminder, guys, the final 3 days are upon us on the trading competition, which would allow you to make real USDT profits. It is essentially real USDT. If you dominate first place, you will be getting $300 every single day if you dominate the next 3 days. So it's essentially a daily prize pool, so you're not being at a disadvantage if you want to participate now. And obviously signing up on weeks with my affiliate, transferring your funds on weeks with no KYC, yeah, with my affiliate is a way of supporting me if you want to actually trade actively on weeks. So it is an affiliate, but it is a nice way of support. I have nothing to sell you again. Weeks allows you to trade on gold, and also just be close to the free Telegram channel in case I see something that I want to share. It will be here, and hopefully I'll be also catching you guys hopefully tomorrow on the live. Have an amazing